Today, a university student gets a big honor and Minneapolis finally gets some snow. But first, President Kaler wants to switch from semesters to trimesters. Good morning and welcome to today's University Report. I'm Justin Rice.
And I'm Chelsea Wallace. The new president of the University of Minnesota, Eric Kaler, gave his first state address yesterday. Gia Guo has the story.
It is in the one-hour-long speech where the president tries to inspire students and faculty with the university's new future.
We have a myriad of other changes that we will introduce as quickly as possible with the goal of reducing workloads and getting bureaucracy out of the way.
The speech, called Balances, includes topics like the proposal for 25 million allocations in 2012, the university's researching and teaching rules in the community, and the future change from 2 semesters year-round to 3. The president also expresses his expectations of getting funds from the state.
States also need to do their part by making higher education a higher priority in their budgets.
He says the university is trying to lower the cost and keep tuitions on an affordable level. Even though the whole speech was interrupted by many applauses, students and faculty are not silenced to questions.
In some instances, I wanted him to speak up and actually give his opinion rather than hold back, which I think he did.
Smelnik says the president's answers were broad and did not address those concerns specifically in the Q&A session. In addition, the president says changing from 2 semesters year-round mode to 3 helps students save time to graduate. Gia Guo, University Report.
Well, it sounds like he has some questions that he has to answer.
He does. He has a lot of ideas, though, so
yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Students, put on your party hats and come celebrate the Bell Museum's 140th birthday. Yesterday, Goldie the Gopher made a visit to Minnesota's official Natural History Museum to help kick off the big day. In addition, birthday cake was available to the first 140 visitors. These party animals even appeared to be enjoying themselves almost as much as the children. If interested, students can join the fun for free every first Thursday of the month for a series of events. The Bell Museum is located on the corner of Church Street and University Avenue.
The U.S. government wants to stop scientists from publishing some of their latest findings. New experiments on the H5N1 avian flu, commonly known as the bird flu, yielded some shocking results.
Researchers at the University of Wisconsin and Erasmus University have created a strain of the flu that is easily spread between ferrets, which means it could probably spread easily between people too. If the results are published, officials fear they could fall into the wrong hands and be used to create a bioweapon.
Wow, that sounds scary.
That is scary, dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, construction on the Central Corridor on campus is an obstacle for many students. But despite any possible challenges, progress on the rail line continues. Last week, officials from the Metropolitan Transportation Services confirmed a name change that the light rail and rapid bus systems will now be jointly named the Metro. The Green Line will be the name to replace the Central Corridor. The project is targeted to open in 2014. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Minneapolis got hit with quite the wintry mix. Charity Bess has the story.
The winter weather that Minnesota is famous for is finally here. University of Minnesota students travel to class despite severe weather conditions.
I only came to school to plow the parking lot where I work, which is on campus.
With slippery snow on campus and traffic delays, the university remains open.
Having the amount of students we have here come to school on a day like this is terrible. So.
Commuting was also an issue for some students. Usual travel time was pushed back up to 15 minutes. Even though some are preparing for midterms, meteorologist Joshua Ull says it's not safe to travel in this type of weather.
No, I don't live far. I only live in South Minneapolis, which is only about 5 minutes away, but I wouldn't come. Not in these conditions. It's way too dangerous.
The U of M will remain open for the rest of the day. Charity Bess, University Report.
Most of us have heard statistics about how often men think about sex, but how often do they think about food and sleep?
Researchers at Ohio State University compared the 3 in both men and women on average, but men think about sex more than food and sleep, but women think about food more than sex and sleep.
Well, that's interesting.
That is interesting, kind of surprising.
Yeah. Coming up next, we meet university student Matt Norris and find out why he may get to meet President Obama.
Because it was there. Because determination overcame distance.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Because the unsolvable was invitation enough. Why are we driven to discover? Because we can change the course of history. Because tomorrow's visionaries need focus today. At the University of Minnesota, with each student comes an opportunity to set their sights higher and to show them the way, so our graduates can shape the future and fulfill the dreams they haven't yet dreamt. Because renewable energy can sustain us all. Our students envision the sun powering homes on every block, wind-blown ideas launching entirely new economies, and fertile soils fueling cars and people alike, protecting the harmony between humanity and nature. Because self-expression can move 1,000 souls. Be it a song or a dance, a canvas or a poem, the arts are vital to the U of M experience, as are self-discovery and moments of sheer amazement. Because cancer can be conquered by targeting medicines, customizing treatments, and transplanting stem cells, incurable cancers can become survivable. Terminal can be redefined as treatable, and optimism can spread once again. Because human rights need champions. From classrooms in Minnesota to courtrooms in Uganda, assembling a collective voice for change allows dignity to return and extends human rights across the globe. Because clean water ensures quality of life. It's essential to the health of all nations, so we're studying models and molecules. We are committed to making clean water flow freely, from the headwaters of the Mississippi to the slums of Mumbai. We share the belief that anything is possible, because at the University of Minnesota, discoveries unfold, breakthroughs happen, and history is forever changed.
Hi, welcome back. I'm here with Matt Norris. He is a finalist for the College Campus Champions of Change Challenge for starting a company called the A-List. So Matt, would you like to tell me a little bit about this company?
Sure. The A-List is a nonprofit organization located in Brooklyn Park, and we call it a one-stop shop for youth. It's a place that teens can go to get a job, to participate in educational after-school programs like tutoring and college prep courses, and also creative arts programming and events with their friends.
Awesome. So how come you decided to start this company?
I grew up in Brooklyn Park, and so I was familiar with the challenges that the area was facing in terms of young people not having much to do and also issues with juvenile crime. And so the A-List was created as a way to address that, to provide both a safe place for young people to go and also critical job opportunities for them.
So how did you get this business off the ground? Did you do it by yourself? Did you have help?
Yeah, I co-founded it with another student at the Carlson School of Management, Asha Sharma, and we started working together on it our sophomore year, wrote a business plan that won Ernst & Young's Your World, Your Vision competition, and then from there started getting the funding and the building lined up for it.
Very cool. So how did you become a finalist for this Champions of Change Challenge?
Yeah, Asha actually came across it on the White House's website. So since she's not a university student anymore, she wasn't eligible, but she nominated me for the contest and figured we wouldn't hear anything back because there'd be thousands of applicants. But then last Thursday, I got a call from the White House saying that we were one of the 15 finalists.
That's awesome. So
Thank you.
What happens now that you're a finalist?
That goes to online voting. So through Saturday night, we're in the online voting, and the top 5 get to go to the White House. So we're trying to get people to go to our website, www.thealistyouth.org, and there's a link there where you can go to the White House page to vote for the A-List.
Awesome. So if you guys win the challenge, what happens?
We get to go to the White House on March 15th for a big event there in honor of the A-List and the work that it's doing in the community, and hopefully meet President Obama.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you, Matt.
Well, thanks
you. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
After the break, Ben Corey will fill us in on all things sports happening this weekend. Stay tuned.
It all could disappear. Crops, food supplies, economies, if wheat rust disease isn't stopped. At the University of Minnesota, we are leading an international research effort to find the answer. Because saving wheat prevents global famine. Because countless lives are counting on us.
Energy. How do we generate more and waste less? At the University of Minnesota, we are powering a revolution, developing a more secure, smart grid that can recharge the economy while respecting the environment. Because supplying energy can be less costly. Because our power grid can power the future.
Welcome back. Between basketball, hockey, and baseball, campus will be busy this weekend.
Ben Corey is here to tell us all about it.
Thanks, guys. The Gopher men's basketball team will be hosting their final home game of the season before they head off to Indianapolis for the Big Ten tournament. As of now, the team's chances of making the NCAA tournament are slim to none. However, if the Gophers make a deep run in the tournament like they did in 2010, there's an outside shot they get a chance at the big dance. Spring training may be taking place in Arizona and Florida. However, the Gophers baseball team just began playing over a month's worth of home games, continuing this evening against New Mexico State in this weekend's Dairy Queen Classic. The games will begin at 6:30 and will be played at the Metrodome. Gopher men's hockey is gearing up for a border battle later tonight. The Wisconsin Badgers are headed to Mariucci Arena to play in the Gophers in their last regular season series. The Gophers split their series with the Badgers earlier this season. All the Gophers need is one win this weekend to clinch the WCHA regular season championship. They'll bring home the McNaughton Cup to Minneapolis for the first time since 2007. A little over a week ago, President Kaler announced his search committee to find the next athletics director for the University of Minnesota. The committee includes quarterback Marquise Gray, hockey coach Don Lucia, and former basketball player Quincy Lewis. Kaler says he hopes to name the next AD in early May. That's all for sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Ben. It would be great to see the McNaughton Cup back on campus.
Temperatures today will be reaching the upper 30s, while this weekend highs will be dropping back down to the lower 30s. And though we predict a cloudy weekend, maybe it will be warm enough to see some of that freshly fallen snow melt away.
Let's hope so.
I hope so too.
I'm about done with winter.
That's it for this week's University Report. I'm Justin Rice.
And I'm Chelsea Wallace. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.